am a man. Well, listen, I'm a tired man, but I'm a man, a real man.
See, anytime you got to keep on saying it, you confused.
No, I want to make sure there ain't nobody else confused. You call me a boy, I want you to know I'm a man. And you better be lucky this 1390 because I listen, but you know what? I am excited for you to be home.
Yeah, thanks.
You are back. You made it to Nashville safely and home safely.
You just excited that I came in today. Come on, let's keep it 100.
No, of course. Listen, any day next to you is a good day. So, of course, I'm happy that you're in today. And I'm happy that I'm in today because I'm going to announce after the show the days I may not be in this week. But I'm excited. Listen, it's been a busy weekend.
What did you do? Please, pray tell.
Listen, Friday I was honored to host the Chicago Defender Men of Excellence, and it was an amazing event at the Tinley Park Convention Center. Shout out to all 50 of the men who were honored. Reverend Jesse Jackson and Congressman Danny Davis got the highest honors. And to be in the room with these brothers is always an honor. And Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, is a living legend. And when I tell you, he pulled me to the side and he said, I need to talk to you. And we had a very good
Who said that?
Reverend Jackson.
He said, come to the side, I need to talk to you.
And he pulled me to the side.
You know, a lie ain't nothing for a person to tell.
Listen, I got the pictures to prove it. And here's the joke. Y'all don't beat me up. Now, I couldn't hear half of the stuff he was saying.
That part.
I was like, so and shout out to my amazing co-host of the evening, Jasmine Minor from ABC7, who did a good job. And she said, you were really into that conversation with Reverend Jackson. I said, listen, I know something about conversations. I said, it's either a high point, they're going to make you laugh at one point, you got to look serious. I said, so I gave him all my emotions, and I scheduled a meeting so that it was a lot going on. So, of
clearly,
course,
because you're all over the place right now.
No, Larry praying in the background. I wasn't going to say nothing. Because I honor Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, for the work that he has done and continue to do, because he's not done working yet. And then Saturday, I was blessed, I had to remember for a second, to go to the United Negro College Fund Gala.
Man, when I tell you, you were clean.
Well,
like some people just go and show up. You went and showed up and showed out.
I wasn't clean Friday?
No, you was clean. Clean Saturday, though.
Well, shout out to Full Court Marketing and Jasper Hagan, who called me and said, hey, man, what are you doing Saturday? I said, I'll be at UNCF Gala. He said, good, because I was calling to give you some tickets. Aww. He said, but I'm also calling because I need your help. And he said,
you had to know that the tickets came with
I knew it when Jasmine called, but he called and asked, would I be able to do the paddle raise and raise money for UNCF on Saturday? Nice. And I said,
and did you raise a lot?
You know what? I got up and I was a little nervous because they told me to start at $25,000. And I grew up in church. We started like $150, during the offering. So I was a little shocked. And then when I saw the screen said the goal was $40,000, I'm like, the pressure is on. But you know what? Not only I had to come off the stage, Tammy. The joke is, and I joke when I said, last time I was raising money, somebody snatched the mic out of my hand. So I'm suffering from PTSD. I said, let me come down off this stage and I'm going to walk the room. And you know what? When I was done, we were over $40,000. We were at $52,000 I have raised. But watch this. The Wi-Fi in the room wasn't working. People weren't able to scan their QR code. So people were walking up to me and going to the table. And before I left, Lisa Rollins, regional director, walked up to me and said, you are booked next year too. We have raised over $100,000.
Wow. Come on. You better come on.
So I was excited. And
now
then,
raise that for the Brunch Bunch.
Right. Hello. I'm like, I'm going to throw me a fundraiser now. And then Sunday, of course, Father's Day. I hope all of the fathers had a good day. I did. I went to church. And then I was honored at the 1865 festival. Real Men Deserve Flowers. And they gave us all...
I saw that basket of flowers.
Basket of flowers. A bag of flowers. A bouquet of flowers. And a gift bag. And it was such a great weekend.
That was awesome.
And so, listen, Chicago got it going on. We have all kinds of stuff going on in this. Oh, but I do want to say, Friday night, several people were looking for Tamara Fair. And you know, everywhere I go now, people think you're gonna be right there with me. But one of our listeners, brother Carl Kemp, who runs the Common Ground Foundation,
Oh
his
yeah.
mother walked up to me and said, "Listen, I listen to you guys every day." She didn't notice it was me on the stage. She said, but when I got to talking, she
'Cause that
stopped
voice.
feeding her grandson. She said, I had to make my way up here to speak to you. She said, I
Aw.
love you and Tamara. And I said, she said, where's Tamara? Of course, I said, she's gone to Nashville. She said, that lady's always doing something. I said,
Yes.
yes, she is.
Well, you got to do something before you can do nothing, right?
Yeah.
And we're about to do something today. We are so honored to have back with us our resident co-host. What's up, Larry Roberts Jr. from Larry's Barber? Oh, you acting coy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not acting coy. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Let me do the introduction.
Oh, yeah.
We want to welcome Larry.
What's up? I'm just sitting back in the cut, man, just kind of checking y'all out. That's all.
We got nothing but rave reviews about you filling in while we were in Jamaica.
Yes.
And you and Gina almost got us kicked off the air, I heard.
No,
you know,
man.
the producer,
do that.
they said they had to throw holy oil in this room.
All over the walls, the ceiling, everywhere it had to be. But you know what? You should take your holy everywhere with you. Y'all, we got a great show for you today, so don't go nowhere. Keep it locked. We'll be right back. It's Inspiration 1390.
Woo!
What's up, believers? How are you today? We got an exclusive topic, but I remember, what was that topic we were going to talk about?
Oh, you have one?
You got one?
Nah, I don't. I was asking if you had
I
one.
did have one, but I wrote it down. Hold it. I'll be right back, y'all. It is Monday. I'll be right back. I wrote it down. I wrote it.
Y'all gonna record Juneteenth
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 11.
I texted Stacey yesterday. He didn't say nothing.
You told Stacey?
I did.
You did? He didn't say anything? He probably don't know your number. You got to text him.
He
Oh, he does?
calls me all the time. I told him to text him.
Well, then, okay.
He didn't know my number.
Wait, why text him for everything?
Because I'm a media guy now.
That's Tammy person. So that's
Oh, don't start with me, because today is the day everybody could get it. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about him. Oh, but you too. No, you started early this morning.
I ain't did nothing.
No, that was Adam.
Tammy asked me last night, why do he call me? So I just want to make sure the wires ain't crossed, you know, and her contact person.
Okay, so here I got a whole different one than I was from. Star Power Sabrina says, Larry, we met at Kingdom Reign, the photographer. What's up, believers? So today's exclusive topic is, if you go to a venue, let's say you go to a hotel and they do something that's adverse to what you expect, like steal your curling iron.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
Wait, what?
I'm not saying that they stole my curling iron. I'm just giving you an example. Like if they steal something from your room and you know that you and whomever else you were with didn't take it, what do? You forget it? You replace it? Do you file a complaint? And if so, how far do you take it? You know, we have a segment. What is that segment that we have about? Titled it something. But anyway, when you have an adverse experience with a vendor, and you know, we have been very successful in making sure that we hold people accountable for
Larry,
delivering good customer service. What do? I want to see your comments in the thread. Put your comments in the thread. Don't touch my stuff. Do not touch my stuff. Now, you know what? And then I'll share a story with you. Once I see your comments, then I'll share a story with you. What happened to somebody I know. That was some old God.
Speaking of Kingdom Reign, what happened to those pictures that they took on that first night, the premiere in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
I got a ton of them. You want them?
47. I want my pictures. I was there.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Sabrina Alexander said hello.
Oh, I thought she was this lady named Olita. She called herself but Sabrina, I know who you're talking about.
So
Sabrina was at the premiere.
Oh, because she said She put Obama out.
Is that the person that was taking the pictures?
Taking the pictures, yeah.
She's an excellent. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
she's an excellent photographer.
Yeah.
I mean, her pictures were amazing.
In the Raw 15. Fathers and fathers need their kids.
Just mingling mama.
And we all support that mission. Watch a girl black bear. This Family Minute has been brought to you by Future Dad Father's Day.
So Bad Boys, is that right?
Yep.
Bad Boys 4 opened up last Friday, right?
What a movie.
You saw it?
I saw it.
You literally saw
I
it?
want to go see it again.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay, let me tell you what happened at the end.
spoilers. Well, you know, everybody doesn't have the same sentiment that you do. Now, I'm a bad boy. I'm a Will Smith. I'm a Martin Lawrence fan, right? And everybody wants to smack three around the world. And apparently, Stephen A. Smith wasn't among them. Well, the sports TV personality had so much to say about the movie star's first mainstream project since the incident in which Will attacked host Chris Rock on stage during the epic and now historical 2022 Oscar ceremony. Well, I'm not nearly as interested in seeing Will Smith in the movies as I am seeing him do an actual sit-down interview with somebody to explain why he did what he did. Stephen A. Smith said during a June 9th episode of his podcast, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Black community figuratively has been slapped." Well, Stephen A. argued that Will's attack on Rock took the spotlight from the night's Black excellence, and for that, Will deserves to get his butt kicked. Can you say butt on?
Yeah,
1990?
Stephen A. Smith need to go sit down somewhere.
He got all the way back.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. Listening to you talk, I just want to snatch the paper and rip it because of him.
Oh my God! Well,
Yeah,
you
but
got
look.
to put the mics in your face.
Oh, bean pie head.
Okay, please get the dump button.
No,
do
but
you all have any stress balls over here that you can squeeze?
Now,
I
you
mean,
know I'm not a sports aficionado, so I don't even watch sports. I just know him from his, interviews he's done, some of the controversial things he said. And oftentimes, the interviews that I've seen, it seems like he's always against Black folk. More than he is supporting them. And maybe it's just a soundbite they're sharing. But even with this one, this is like, shut up.
He's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
Well,
That's all he's doing.
Did either of you all see this 16-minute rant?
No.
No?
I seen kind of some of it.
You
I
saw
hope Will
5 minutes
Smith
of-
see him at the Oscars. That's what I
Well,
thought.
following the June 9th, fans and critics alike hit social media to respond to Stephen's 16-minute rant. And I'll be the first to admit that I didn't like he did that, but everybody makes mistakes. Yeah. So they were saying that he didn't like that, what he did, but everybody makes mistakes. He didn't kill anybody. It happened. Get over it, Stephen, wrote quote official on Twitter. And then another post was, "I'm going to support Will next week. I may watch it twice," kind of like what you said, Marcel.
Mhm.
And in its opening weekend, Bad Boys Ride or Die, a co-star Martin Lawrence, did not have any impact for what Stephen A. Smith said because it grossed $56.5 million in domestic theaters and $104.6 million globally. So like the both of you said, y'all, Stephen, you could shut up.
Yeah.
Let the money speak how the money speaks, and it's talking. So following the movie's success and backlash from social media, Stephen A. addressed his audience in his latest podcast episode saying that I got to stand down. Yeah, the numbers make you shut up, right? Before emphasizing the impact of Will's show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had the Black community in Hollywood as a whole. But he promised not to retract his statements or apologize for them, adding that instances like the slap are used as a license to castigate the rest of us. But Stephen A. might be right. But should he move on or should he keep going? I think I know what the sentiment of this studio is.
Move on.
Move on in all caps.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Keep going.
You know what?
Stephen
Controversy
A. Right.
makes stars. you know. So, but $56 million, this is the opening weekend, y'all. So now I didn't go see it. I know a lot of you in the studio haven't seen it yet. So it's a lot of population that is still yet to see it. So I'm projecting that it is definitely going to make $200 million, which really says that Will Smith has not lost his star power and his zhuzh. Now, he does have some explaining to do, though. At some point, you do have to sit down.
He did do some explaining. He came out and talked about. He apologized. He brought up
then I stand corrected.
his daddy issues, and he had a whole moment. It's Chris Rock who didn't really come out, but I think recently he came out at a comedy show and talked about it. So yeah, in this special he talked about it. So
now if I'm Chris Rock,
well at the end of the day, the way I look at it is that Chris Rock was wrong on one hand, and Will Smith was wrong. Will Smith was wrong from the aspect of he shouldn't have put his hands on Chris Rock. He could have dealt with it better. But then Chris Rock, on the flip side of it, shouldn't have said something that was so insensitive, even though it's comedy and we're supposed to laugh, haha, move on. But had you said something about my significant other, and I didn't know any other way in order to defend myself, hey, I'm cut from that cloth. Like back in the day, it would have been some clipper swinging and throwing.
Listen, I'm not even a fighter, but I'll tell you this. I ain't no punk. Right. That's the first thing. The second thing is, when this happened, I wasn't experiencing anything like this. Now I have a bald wife and who's going through cancer. And on top of all of the other things that happened in my life, is like a reality show. Absolutely. So if he would have caught me on the right night, after I was at one of these galas, no, it could have been at the Men of Excellence. And he got up and said something disrespectful like that about my wife, who had just told me in the car how she didn't feel comfortable or confident in rocking her bald head in her gown, because that was the first time she's been out in a gown without her hair, and she started missing hair, and it was just a whole ride there. So things build up. So I get where Will kind of, you got it, and I got a cover. I probably would have got up and slapped the. Yo, come on, look, I just want to. I wanted to get No, I wasn't gonna say none of that. You know I'm saying for real, Jarrell, but I would have slapped the mess out of him.
The butt wasn't close.
And then I would have had to go and ask for forgiveness. I would have said, look, I would have had to go talk to my counselor, my therapist, and my pastor to say, look, it just happened because A, B, and C happened prior to that.
Yeah, but do you think that a counselor and a therapist is something that's necessary for somebody? Everybody has the right to get angry, and get mad, right? So, as long as you don't, unalive somebody or do something that's
I like that new word, unalive. But I think the counselor helps, because when you're going through and you're having these life crises, right? And you're not managing your anger like you usually manage it, then the counselor will help you to.
But it don't always have to be a life crisis, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know that somebody was ready to say that.
Well, true.
And as a man, if we're protecting our woman, then it's almost like, bro, so am I supposed to sit here and look like an idiot? Or am I supposed to some way, somehow show you that I'm tough than you are?
Well, let me ask you all something. Does it matter of the fact that it was at the Oscars? Like, this is Hollywood's biggest night. Is there some constraint that should have happened?
Tamara, when we grew up, my mom, when we was in the grocery store, she said, if you cut up in this grocery store.
But it's a grocery store.
Guess where you go get it at?
At the grocery store.
They call it on site for a reason. And you know what? Our producers back here saying we are on site for the next show.
That's right. You know what? All of this stuff that's going on really does rob one of some joy. But we're going to bring the joy back into the studio. Let's go, Lisa Bellamy. You said it best. It's joy. It's Version 1390. Let's get it.
Right. On site.
And you got to snap out while you're feeling it. Because later, if you say I'm going to get you later, you might not feel it later.
And the old
y'all
folks
walked into the whole slap again. We were talking about Stephen A. Yes, exactly. That's what we were talking about. And
well, that's what he was talking about, the smack. He don't want to support Will because of something that he did almost 2 years ago. He's apologized. Just hush. So you want to take money out of a black man's mouth?
Stephen A. is an insecure peanut head man. He got a position, and he's using his position for power, and he walk around like he all that. He's not all that.
Well, you know what? A lot of people are like spinning on Cat Williams. People are using these platforms because Cat Williams got really popular after his Shay Shay. And so, but
no, Cat Williams been popular.
No, he ain't been popular like
Shay Cat Williams still selling out stadiums. Did you not watch the interview?
Cat Williams is. It's just that it came more to light about who he is and how you feel about people. But Cat Williams,
yeah.
Y'all say that, but I'm just saying from a personal standpoint.
Well, who's that comedian you like? And I was like, nah, he ain't.
Cat Williams got his juice after he did that Friday after next.
And he should keep going.
Exactly, but you say he's selling out stadiums.
He's still selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
Prior. Now he
You a
put.
big Cat Williams fan though. But after Shay, after he did Club Shay,
He definitely got bigger.
he got big.
But Shay got
But
blew up
remember when
because
he
of Cat
was?
Williams.
But remember when he was on Snoop's show, and he was unfunny, like you said, unalive. He was unfunny. Cat Williams on Snoop show. Snoop had a 3. You remember that? He was a little bit. You supposed to be funny every bit. No, he was not funny.
Who?
Cat Williams was not funny
Cat
on
Williams
Snoop
is
show.
hilarious. Cat Williams is funny. I got him on my Spotify. Like I could
He
just
be
listen to
drunk
his
on
show.
stage.
Listen, it translated to funny.
You can fade this because at 12:30.
Yeah, Cheryl and them will be here.
I can't wait to start me a fake beat. I'm a good fan.
What's up, Sabrina?
So you think Chris and
Yes,
Will
Cat
were fake?
Williams did go in on Club Shay Shay. What's up, Tano? My dude.
Is talking bad about.
Oh, that's what
that was for you.
that's what he said to get clout and sell ratings. But you got to be very careful because you got to choose when you selling your soul. So you gonna tell people not to support a black man for a mistake he made, so you could get clout.
Understand your consumer base.
I didn't know that.
They not gonna see the movie. They gonna go. What is Stephen A. talking about? Let me go see.
Man, I just think that there's a time and a place.
No,
for
but he
everything.
didn't
I
say
don't
the
think
movie
mamas
was
should be going
trash.
to school beating their kids either. They just take them somewhere in the parking lot.
Yeah, but you got to teach them not to do that no more. I don't want to get embarrassed like this no more, so I don't have to ever do that again.
It's like a dog.
Well, yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Like if the dog on that one right.
So let me ask you this: as a man,
Because I'm a man. You ask me as
no,
a man.
I'm saying.
Let him finish the question.
As a man, what other way what is a man supposed to redeem himself in front of millions of people?
He's supposed to take him in the back of the Oscars.
In front of millions of people, he said. In the back of the Oscars, ain't but a few people.
Oh.
He's saying in front of millions of people.
Or they do it like Dave Chappelle and just beat him up on stage.
On stage.
Well, see, I think that opened up a whole nother passageway for people to get up on stage and start beating up comedians.
No, because they was doing it before Will Smith.
No, they throw.
When?
Dave Chappelle been getting.
in LA and all of that stuff.
I've been to a lot of
Tomato.
comedy shows. A whole lot of comedy shows.
Tomato.
Tomatoes is different. When I come up and just like cold cock you like that, that's a whole different thing.
But they gonna run
A
into
tomato, yeah,
they gonna run into the wrong cat. If they would have did that to me, if I was Chris Rock,
somebody else.
Who?
DC Young Fly, he knocked somebody else.
DC Young Fly, I can see that.
This man holler too.
period.
I can see him knocking somebody out.
I'm going. Somebody's still on me. I'm going.
Yeah. What else was?
My whole point was, does the venue, does the moment matter? Because truthfully,
I'm a huge comedy fan though, so I'm biased.
I just hate to see.
I think all comedy.
I feel like
I think if you
yes, it matters in that instance because the Oscars is one of the biggest stages in the world. And I did agree with a lot of people saying that maybe we should have done that on that big of a stage because now we're giving white people a chance to talk down.
and I think that if you're Will Smith, you can command a room like the president. You can go on any medium and get people to come and listen to whatever it is you're gonna say, and you could have invited him to
Or he could have went live after.
at
Like,
my
this
whole
is not
point.
good.
That's my whole point.
I'm like
Yes, I
Freddie,
do
I stay
agree with
ready.
you that you should defend your woman.
But I think
But did that really make them closer?
Chris Rock ain't even defend himself about that.
So that made it even worse because of the fact they weren't as
all right,
close.
10 seconds.
Because they was going through.
Aren't they split now?
Exactly. My point being, what did that do for their union? You like it don't matter.
It made him feel even worse about what they were going through. That's true.
So what's going on? The verdict is in, believers. Today, a judge sentenced Tamara's Bishop Lamar Whitehead, to 9 years in prison for scamming a member of his church out of her life savings, in addition to carrying out other scams. Now, Judge Lorna Schofield handed down the sentence after hearing about Whitehead misusing his position as pastor at the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in Canarsie to financially, and I quote, to financially destroy victims. Now, the New York Daily News reports, as we previously reported, Whitehead was found guilty of 5 counts, including wire fraud, attempted extortion, lying to the FBI, and other charges connected to other financial schemes. One of the victims was a member of his congregation from whom Whitehead stole $90,000 after promising to help find her a home to live in. And then not too long after that, he ended up buying a mansion and she never got a house. Now, the Manhattan U.S. attorney, the Manhattan U.S. Not legally in, this country. What country do you live in? Manhattan U.S. Attorney Damian Williams spoke on Whitehead's sentence in a statement, and I quote, Lamar Whitehead is a con man who stole millions of dollars in a string of financial frauds and even stole from one of his parishioners. He lied to federal agents and again to the court at his trial. Today's sentence puts an end to his various schemes and reflects this officer's commitment to bring accountability to those who abuse their positions of trust. So if you don't remember, Bishop Lamar Whitehead was the preacher who on a Sunday morning was robbed at gunpoint and allegedly allegedly robbed at gunpoint in the pulpit while live streaming, and they stole millions of dollars from him at his storefront church in the middle of the service, millions of dollars worth of jewelry. Right, but that's why I'm just elaborating on that.
And I bet the 20 people in his congregation are distraught.
Yeah, 20 people.
Rape, because the Bible says, rape. Correct, because the Bible says, shut up.
Well, you know what? Anytime a man of God or any leader takes advantage of the people that they're supposed to be leading, it's a travesty. I'm glad justice was served. Maybe he can start a church in prison.
That's valid.
For the second time.
He been to prison before?
Yes.
Shut up. This is a serial pastor prisoner?
He been in prison before for identity theft.
Oh,
he was stealing people identities, and he was buying Range Rovers, and he was buying cars and getting
these are facts.
Facts.
Whoa.
Well, the bishop posted, God is still God.
See what I'm
saying? Said, after he was found guilty of fraud, he said, this story isn't over. It's just a new chapter. Stay tuned. God is still God. They can all laugh now and talk. After this, Jesus will still get the glory. Stay tuned for this new chapter called Truth and Vindication. Bishop Lamar M. Whitehead.
How did he get to rise to bishop status, or is that self-proclaimed?
You self-proclaimed. You probably get it offline. I've been ordained 15 years. I went online and got it. I was going to marry somebody I needed, and every year they send me happy anniversary, Reverend Marcel Jackson.
Now, I want to be very clear. You were going to actually officiate a wedding, not marry somebody 15 years ago.
But, they say he's going to marry me. She's marrying me.
I got you.
Officiate.
But a deacon can marry somebody. Did you know that?
Well, in the state of Illinois, you don't really need anything.
Right. A deacon can marry you.
What you mean you don't know? So justice can marry somebody?
Yep. You can ask anyone to officiate your wedding. Some states require you to be a licensed minister. The state of Illinois, I didn't really have to go online to get it, but I just wanted it, and I passed the test with flying colors.
So what you guys are saying to me is that this man has proclaimed himself to be a bishop. He is running around the world telling people that he is a form of deity, somewhat, representing deity, and he had no credentialing that was required.
I'm going to say he did that. He had credentials.
Right, I was going to say he got them.
I'm going to say he
in the prison.
But he went that path so that way he can have a better way to be able to exploit certain things and in order to account for the money that he was getting.
Tina said, let the jail say amen.
Let the jail say amen. I bet you he's somewhere now acting like, you know what, Jesus? I need you.
Biting his tongue,
He gonna have some Gucci on. He gonna have some Gucci.
Oh, Lord. Jarrell, you know what I love, Jarrell?
Jarrell always is for the underdog.
Yes, he said, I hope he write a book. And you know what? He will. He will definitely write a book.
But in the meantime, before he get that book out, he get ready to call on Jesus, just like Snorfy.
Snorfy.
Smoking orange. I need you now. Let's do it, y'all. It's Inspiration 1390. Snorfy.
Zoe said he's right, Larry. God is still God, and God put him right where he needed to be.
Supposed to be. That's right. That's right, Zoe. What's up, Christy? What's up, Stu?
I couldn't today because it was too deep. We out of time.
Hey, Joe.
That's why I went.
What's going on, y'all? I don't see any comments.
We can do it
about
tomorrow, but look up, add to this story. It's a group trying to boycott it
on the radio.
So let's
if you
talk
go to
about
a venue, like a hotel, and
the
they
draft.
Lose or
they just passed. House
lose,
just passed a defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26.
905 and the 312.
And I think they're doing that to prepare for this new war that's about to happen.
News coming.
Thank you.
News coming.
Hey,
lady.
Hey, welcome. What's up, brother Kenyatta?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. Attorney Kenyatta. Shirley, I heard you had a party. That's what somebody called me. I said, Shirley had a party. What's up, bro? How you feeling?
Shirley I am the party.
Working.
Well, that's a good thing,
Yeah.
bro.
How you been doing, man?
I've been blessed. Working, man. Taking care of the family.
Okay. Shirley, tell me, do you know him? Of course.
I'm a true West Sider, man. You know how we do.
We gonna get you that seat right over there.
So you guys fab.
How old are you?
25.
Oh, you better hope don't know war start till after you 26. You gonna be in there with Bishop Lamar.
Wait. They're bringing back the draft?
The half passed the bill 1826 automatically.
The U.S. House? What was wrong with the House? That's what we need to be talking about. Thank you so much. Kenyatta, you're a real estate attorney? This is what I'm going to refer to.
And a business attorney. He does business.
So glad you're here.
I can tell.
I'm just here. No. I'm just here. What's up, Tina? That's right. Don't let that hotel off. Yeah, I asked them for the video, and they said they didn't have video, and that's what I referenced. I'm glad you said that. Because how did the hotel have P. Diddy's from the time that he left his room to the time that he bust Cassie in her face at the elevator? How did they have it? Right? Yeah, it's been a big thing. Now I'm waiting to discuss which hotel it is because I'm waiting to see what they're going to do. Because you know how we get down 1390. If you do something wrong to one of us, you liable to do something wrong to all of us. We're going to stomp it, stop it, put it to rest before it spreads, right? What's up, big business boss? Thank you for joining us today. We truly appreciate it. We know that you had if you do that one more time, Miss Shirley.
You break your bow.
Just one more time. What did I say? Don't touch my what?
Tina said, say the number, she'll call.
No, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Because you know we will bombard that joint, right?
We got 30, y'all. We got 30. Yes, sir. Okay, so what you do is
Shut up, Tanya. I can hear it through the Tanya, T-Mobster. Huh? Shut up, Tanya. I can hear it through Instagram. What you saying? I already
We like Freddie. We stay ready.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on this Richard 1390. It's your girl Tamira Fair on the air. And I'm proudly posted in the studio with a gang of bosses. Y'all starting with your main man.
You got it right this time.
I said
Action
man.
Jackson. Man, baby, man.
Okay. And of course, as always, we are here today to level you up. We bring you resources, news you can use right in real time. And we are always excited to have L&S Development in the building on Monday. And they have brought friends. What's up, Shirley?
I feel good this morning. It's nice and hot outside. Oh my God.
And you dressed for the you dressed the best for the weather.
Come on, sundress.
Yes, you better rock this. Yes, you are.
Happy to be in the house this morning.
And you brought a guest.
I
You brought
did.
Kenyatta, who I understand is the guru of real estate law up in this building.
Yeah, but before we go there, we're missing Latricia, who is your better half. She's not here. She okay?
She is celebrating life.
That's
all
right.
right.
Yes,
That's right. Don't look at me like you did something.
I
I
did.
know what I'm doing. Let me tell you something about your. Let me say something different. Anyway, so back to what we're talking about today. You know, I'm always impressed with the fact that every other Monday you and Latricia comes in and you all have nuggets that people can actually use right in real time. And we have testimonies and stories where the people have used it and they've come up. Because literally, we are doing what? We are changing lives in our community, one project, one deal at a time. And for that, you need a lawyer, right?
Absolutely. You have to have a lawyer. So I thought since Latricia wouldn't be here today, it would be the perfect opportunity to bring my boss, attorney, who I use, into the office. And I'm going to let him say something.
All right, thank you very much for that eloquent introduction. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all having me on the show. Again, I'm Kenyatta Land. I'm a real estate attorney in the from the west side of Chicago.
Woo, west side.
Yeah, I have to put that out there. It's one of my most proudest characteristics about myself. Growing up on the west side, I truly learned a lot about, just toughness, which helped me to get through law school. So I focused on real estate law and real estate in general for the last 25 years. Not only am I a real estate attorney, I'm also a licensed loan originator for 25 years. I no longer originate, but that's where I cut my teeth in the industry. I've been a general contractor, done projects with the city of Chicago. I've also worked in politics somewhat as an advisor and district director to the now mayor, Brandon Johnson. I've worked in the city of Chicago Law Department and the Troubled Buildings Department.
Woo!
So, I have some experience, not only just a real estate attorney, but I also bring other perspectives that are a 360 view of the real estate industry.
And what I like to say, he has the common touch. All that experience, all the places he's been in life, we could just call him on a drop of a dime and he's there. He loves working with our seniors. He's going to answer all their questions. He is a bomb when it comes to serving our community. Yes, he is.
Yes, and we're going to usher Shirley out of here. like at the church. Like, your phone ring, they get you up out of there real quick. But no, that is amazing, and I'm glad that you brought it because we think real estate, you got to have a good realtor, got to have a great mortgage broker, but then you got to have a good real estate attorney to make sure that you're not missing anything in your real estate contracts and when it's time to close. And so good brothers like Kenyatta Land, especially from the west side, make them even better, right?
We went from the west side to Wacka Drive.
Yeah, okay, Reverend Jackson, I hear you.
Oh, you a hater for real. Mondays ain't your day. Don't look good on you, boo. But you know what? Today we're going to talk about what, Miss Cheryl? I know you came here about to explode with it.
One thing I want to focus on, this market that we're in.
Yes.
And this market, sellers. If you ever thought about selling your property, now is the time.
And why so?
Because the value of your property is at the top. It's at the roof. It's at the roof.
Because inventory is low. People are buying.
Yeah, inventory is low. And the market is saturated with buyers who are looking and willing to pay top dollar today.
So now what does that do though for a seller who sells their property and still can't find another property to put themselves in? Or is that the case?
Well, they got more money now.
Okay.
Because they got more money than
more
they
money
more money than they had when they purchased that property.
That's a good.
So they're gonna the average, on average, they're walking away with $75,000 and more equity. So that's enough money to move forward and upgrade if that's something you want to do.
So let's talk about the people who should be considering selling right now. Okay. Are these the primary homeowners? Are we talking about investors who have investment properties? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to my seniors who are tired of the overhead of running a home and they want to just get out, maybe move out of town. This is a good time for our seniors to sell. And if you're an investor and you have a lot of equity built up, you may want to refi or either sell and take some of that equity and go buy yourself more property.
So
because
you are getting more money.
You're getting more money, which means you can invest more.
Awesome. Okay, so to piggyback on what you were saying, Marcel, who else besides seniors are we targeting in terms of encouraging a sale?
People with lots of equity. That's the bottom line. It could be you can just have bought your property 5 years ago. Now you have over $200,000 worth of equity. You may want to sell. Yeah.
Well, as you're sitting here talking about it, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm not tied to it.
That's right.
I like the deal.
Don't get emotional.
Don't get emotional.
Do not get emotional when it comes to property.
That's right.
So, Attorney Kenyatta Land, you've been in this 25 years. What are some of the common pitfalls you see on the seller side when it comes to real estate transactions?
One, hiring the wrong real estate attorney and the wrong real estate agent. There's a lot of soft skills that you learn over between 25 and 30 years that don't necessarily stand out at first glance, but based on experience, you're able to lend these ideas to individuals, such as, for example, there are a number of websites and apps that individuals are able to kind of find out what their equity is and what the property is worth before they even go to an agent. And so what happens is once they go to an agent, if that number is somewhere around the number that they saw based on their research, they typically know that they're dealing with a seasoned agent, and so there's a lot of due diligence that they can do on their own. And then I want to circle back to that statement that you made earlier as a question. You wanted to know what can an individual do if they were looking to purchase a property and sell at the same time. Well, there are provisions in the contract, in the 7.0 contract, that allow you to purchase contingent upon a sale. And so those are an idea of some kind of provisions that would help in that circumstance.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask the scenario. When I said who should be selling, if it's my primary home and I sell, but then I haven't bought me something new, now I'm homeless, right? That's essentially. And then we already know inventory is low, so it was like, wait a minute, that's why I wanted you to speak to who should be selling. But now you really brought it home.
Yes.
You could put a contingency in your contract where I'm not selling my current home until I close on my new one.
Absolutely.
But you wouldn't know that if you didn't have a good real estate attorney.
The challenge with that, however, is going to eliminate some of your buyers. It will eliminate your pool of buyers.
How so?
Because if a buyer wants to buy your property, they want to buy and they want to close in 45 days. They don't want to sit around and wait for you to. It's some out here, depending on, now we're going to have to make a deal.
Yeah.
We're going to have to work with it. We're going to have to make it a win-win if we go that route. I'm working with somebody like that right now.
But I know that you are the win-win
That's what
queen.
I just said. Absolutely. Make it a win-win for everybody.
But you know what, Attorney Kenyatta, you said something extremely important. You talked about how social media is encouraging people to do different things that social media has never encouraged people to do before. Like put your home in an LLC or be your own bank. And some of those things become overwhelming because you're like, okay, I'm going to start this LLC. I'm going to put my home in it. And then you come up, here's another encouraging moment for real estate. What would you say is the best way to do it in terms of protecting your assets? Would it be an LLC?
It could be.
Okay.
In most cases, the answer is it depends.
Okay.
It's not really a yes or no. What I like to do is, peel back the facts. I like to get a clear perspective of what the actual circumstance is, because all circumstances tend to be different. It could be one element that changes the entire thing. So what we usually do is we do a free consultation. We get an idea of the pertinent facts. We get an idea of all of the facts, but we tend to separate all of the facts, in a category of pertinent facts versus non-relevant facts. And once I find out what's relevant, I'm able to prescribe the approach that we should take in order to accomplish your goal.
So it's not one size fits all.
And that's the way that I approach my profession, understanding that it is not a one size fits all. And so that's where listening becomes a strong exercise, a strong attribute, because you want it to flesh out exactly what's going on in this circumstances, as opposed to using your background information that you have going in and just saying, hey, it's a one size fits all.
I love it.
That's
and
excellent.
If somebody's listening and saying, you know what, I like that I can do this, and I think I want to be preparing to buy me a new house and sell mine. Who do they need to call?
They need to call 773-616-0906.
What's that number one more time?
And say it just like you said it before.
Right now, area code 773-616-0906.
Now, you know what? Let me say this about you, Latricia, and your company. It is a one-stop shop. It is a hold your hand from fruition to, from start to fruition.
Absolutely.
And people in your portfolio, like Attorney Kenyatta, really help seamlessly bring you from being a non-homeowner to a homeowner with ease.
With ease.
Now, why is it? How do you actually provide that kind of ease? What are some of the things that you provide for your clients that other realtors do not provide for theirs?
Well, I don't know what other realtors provide, but I can tell you 100% what we provide. We provide knowledge. We provide passion, compassion, empathy. We provide professionalism. And most of all, we provide our time and patience with our clients, which it includes an attorney. It includes a home inspector. It includes a lender, and it includes myself, Shirley Fields, a realtor.
Well, you know what? It's a brand new day in buying real estate, y'all. And somebody wrote a song about it. And you want to hear it? I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, I thought that was rhetorical.
Well, here you go. It's J Moss, y'all. Brand new day. It's Richard 1390.
Knowledge, empathy, time, and patience. Now, I did want to touch on for the people who are saying, all right, I want Shirley, but I may not want to go through a certain mortgage company, or I don't want to use a certain attorney. Can they still call you?
They can still call me, and they can use their own team.
Outside of the real. The only reason I'm bringing it up, because some people get through off like, well, wait a minute. I do need a realtor, but my auntie is a attorney, or so.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
If they already have a realtor, I would highly refer them to Kenyatta. If they are, I'm running to this. We run into this all the time. Yeah.
And I would add to that and say it's not really about the deal. It's not about profit on the deal. It's more so about education to an individual who's purchasing the property but has insecurity, because like anything we do for the first or second time, we're not a pro at it. And so from my perspective, I would refer to someone that I know is going to give this person the information that they need, and someone that has
Wait, what you talking about, Willis? It's not about the profit on the deal. Not explain that.
Yeah, so that's not the way I approach it.
Oh, for you all.
Yeah,
okay.
I approach it from I love what I do. Okay. I love to empower others. And so it's not about the check. Once you make it about the check, you forget about the people. Mm-hmm. And that's what really matters.
Okay, I understand.
See, people don't want to hear you until they know you care.
Yes.
That's what we present, how we present ourselves initially. And then sometimes I forget what my commission, how much I get paid. I have to go back. And then I'll be disappointed.
Because you're rich.
Mm-hmm.
No. That sounds like a rich person problem.
We're going in. And it is Money Monday, and you are hanging out with the Brunch Bunch. It's your girl, Samara Fair on there, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with your main man,
Action Jackson, and we're talking building generational wealth through real estate with the power team, Shirley and Latricia. You know what makes this team even more powerful? When one is not available, the work still gets done. The work keep working.
Work keep working.
Listen, Shirley,
deals keep dealing.
And okay, dealer. When we were talking about before the song, and it is a brand new day. And you know what? Real estate is the key to building generational wealth. And you have to have this in your portfolio. So if you've been on the fence, you're afraid, you don't know if you qualify, you don't know how you're going to qualify, you don't know how you're going to get it done, take out the guesswork. We're going to walk by faith, not by sight. And we're going to call L&S Development.
Area code 773-616-0906. Wait till after the show, though.
Yeah.
773-616-0906.
Marcel put you out of here.
Please, listen, Shirley and Latricia, what we love about this partnership, they really help the believers. And we get nothing but great testimonials from all of the people that are listening who go through Shirley and Latricia. And I've used Shirley and Latricia. Woo! So I know firsthand how it works, how they do. And Shirley goes to bat for clients. I'm talking she's aggressive when it comes to negotiating those numbers. But you need
But
somebody like that.
Right.
You
That's
definitely
exactly what you
because
want.
closing and getting checks is every realtor doesn't make that happen. But Shirley making sure these sellers are giving back maximum credit. So let's talk about why somebody should be buying, because we talked about sellers, but really encourage the buyers.
You should be buying because this is the time to buy. The longer you wait,
The higher
it's going to cost you. Anything worth anything, the bigger the challenge, the greater reward.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my mottos. Eat that elephant one bite at a time.
Exactly.
Walk in faith.
And not by sight.
And not by sight. And know that
well, you don't have to have sight with you and Latricia. You all are like the C and I people for
we are the
You just got to have a hand that they can hold.
They can hold our hands. We're going to walk you from day 1 to day 2. And one of my biggest things that I love about doing what I do is because mostly this is most people buyers' largest purchase that they will make in their lifetime.
That's true.
And our goal is to make it a pleasurable, knowledgeable, and professional experience.
And you do just that. But I want to talk about inventory because that is in everybody's mind. Well, if I'm buying something, but it's nothing for me to buy, then how am I going to buy it? Now, that's where your crafting is, your expertise comes in, because you will scour, not just the MLS, but those things that have not even come to the MLS.
Absolutely.
So inventory shouldn't be an issue for you.
Inventory is not an issue, but it is an issue because I like to get my clients really, really nice properties. When I sell you something, I want to be proud of it. I want to sell you something that I can walk away feeling good about it. And I'm usually going to do that. And if it's not a good fit, I'm going to tell you, I think you should wait. This is not a good fit because the kitchen could not be updated.
Because you're putting people over profits.
Yeah.
You serving the people, not the profits that you can make. And attorney Kenyatta Land said that offline. And so one of the things we were talking about is, when people are working with you, if they want to work with you and somebody else, you don't mind. Or if they want to work with Kenyatta and Latricia, but they already got a realtor, you all in the network where you're just trying to help people get it done, correct?
Exactly.
And Brother Kenyatta, how can the believers who are listening, who may just have some real estate questions, because you do business law as well, how can people connect with you?
Oh, they can follow me at on Facebook at Land Law Firm LLC. They can also follow me on Instagram at Land Law Firm LLC. They can find me on my LinkedIn page at Kenyatta Land Senior, on Facebook at Kenyatta Land Senior, and or they can contact my office at area code 312-900-0060.
So you can't say that like Shirley?
No, it takes skill to say it like Shirley.
Well, say it one more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. 312-900-0060.
Now, believers, that's a nice number to remember. But this number is even easier to remember. Shirley.
Because you can also reach Kenyatta Land through me.
I knew you were going to say that.
Absolutely.
Area code 773-616-0906. We look forward to hearing from you.
Listen, don't wait. Call Shirley and Latricia. And just because Latricia has a program where you can get pre-approved without it hurting your credit.
Absolutely.
So they can tell you what you need to do to your credit, how much money you need to save, and then you can have actionable goals.
And why is pre-approval so important?
Because you want to know before you hit that market on what you can buy. You don't want to go out there looking at a property that's $600,000 and you're only approved for $400. Well, not only, and you're approved for $400.
I was gonna say 400 is
a lot of money.
That's why I took that back, and I said you wanna be focused on exactly what you can do.
Kenyatta, you got something burgeoning over there.
Yeah, it's my passion. It's so I jumped out, but I wanted to, the nature of my business is protect individuals from prospective liability.
Yes.
And so what I would say to that is, hey, you also want to be pre-approved because you don't want to go out and put earnest money on a property that you can't even afford. That's just money
and potentially lose that money.
You don't want to go out and pay for a home inspection for a property that you cannot even afford. You would rather use that money for a property that you could afford to help with the down payment.
Yeah. And the final reason why it's important, because ain't nobody showing you their house without their pre-approval letter. But
nobody's doing that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jada. They want to see that first, because then you wasting the owner's time, the realtor's time, their realtor's time. And
well, I'm glad you started talking about time because we out of it.
Yeah.
It's time to slide on out of here, y'all. But it always we have great content, and it's especially for you. We always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them, a perfect stranger, and show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love, land on love. I love you, Action Jackson.
I love you, Tamara Fair. We love you, believers. Baby Eminem, we love you.
Up next is AC Green, and right after that is Pastor Patterson on the afternoon drive home. We do it all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. Y'all, be optimistic.
All right. Great show.
Awesome, y'all.
You want them to stay optimistic too?
Be. You gotta be it. Then you gotta stay it. Don't play with me. My words are intentionally selected. Speaking of intentional selection, hey, my dad is tuning in all the way from Brazil. My sister's tuning in all the way from California. Yay, Anthony Graves. Y'all, thank you so. Obrigada.
What?
Thank you. You don't know nothing about
that.
I
was like, is she okay?
That's Portuguese. That's thank you for. See, y'all don't know about my multilingualness, if that's a word. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for
tuning in. If you said it, it's a word.
You could have been anywhere. Thank you. I love you guys. See you tomorrow on Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday is Juneteenth, so we won't be here, but I'll tell you tomorrow where you need to be so you can find us. Peace. So we'll take pictures.